Hey everybody, welcome to SJGames Live. I'm Jimmy and I'm here with Revka today.
Hey guys.
And we are prepping for spring break.
Yeah.
And we know it's about that time for a lot of you out there.
Or some of you are, I think, are already on spring break.
Some of you
now.
might be already on spring break or may already had it, but it's that time of year. And
Yeah.
so what we're showing off today are games you could travel with because they're in our PocketBox format that we have. So these are a callback to an older format that we used to make way back in the day, kind of VHS style cases for those of you that remember VHS. But there were these plastic boxes that held small versions of the games when a lot of them came that way originally. And a couple years back, we did a Kickstarter to reprint some of these, and we did a follow-up project to reprint a few more new things in that format.
Yeah.
And so these are basically sturdy little plastic boxes to hold games that you can travel with around or take up less space on your shelf.
Mm-hmm. Plus, they're just very aesthetic and like a great callback to an old time.
Yeah, like I said, back old time, when you had the games like this, they were a little thinner in the past, or VHS boxes, if you remember those. Maybe slot them in there. But so these are four things that we are still available. Some of them we've already run out of the older stuff, and some of it is really classic games we reprinted in the original project. But we're going to show you a couple of these today and see what you might want to take with you on your travels. So you can have a game that you can toss in without taking up too much space in the luggage or the backpack or anything.
And they're sturdy, so you know they'll make it through TSA too.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, probably.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I got a new piece of luggage last year, and it's had 3 trips now, and it's already almost got a hole in it again.
oh no, I just got new luggage too right before I moved back from Colorado, and oh my god,
They are brutal.
it was
the
white,
luggage.
which I don't know why I decided white was a good idea for a suitcase.
Probably. Well, I mean, you'd see it, but
I mean, it was a hard plastic shell. I figured like a Windex wipe or something on the top, but no.
No, they're already peeled through. You could
I
stickers on it.
could do stickers.
You'll have a little bit of them left.
I might have to see if we have any of the sticker packs left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get some Illuminati stickers on the side.
Hi, Paul. Welcome in.
Hi,
Good
Paul.
to see you. So let's start off with. What do you think?
I really like the aesthetic of Melee
Melee
Wizards.
Let's start off with Melee and Wizard.
Gotta pull out our handy dandy
Handy studio knife.
knife.
Cut away from yourself.
Always.
Yeah.
Unless it's a box cutter, then don't look at me.
Then look that way. Look, a monkey. What?
Don't look at me. Look at the other way, because I definitely don't follow that rule with a box cutter.
So this is a Melee and Wizard.
Yeah.
So there's a combo pack of the 2 classic original TFT games. So you got a whole tactical game set up right here in this one box. And these are solid closures on these. So there we go.
I have a little bit of nail, so I can help with that too.
So you get 3 little dice.
They're so tiny.
An extra Ziploc, which I believe is going to be for the counters we find
Yeah,
later.
I think so.
And then what you get in your normal Melee box, which is the Melee rules. A quick rule book of how to do all the various combat stuff in Melee. So if you just want to do arena fights on a little hex map, this is your game. A wizard reference pages.
Just tip it, yeah.
Tip it all out so I can grab everything. So wizard reference pages for your spell table, so you can get quick reference for the spell table. The wizard core rules. So rules for adding spellcasters to your tactical combat game.
Why doesn't this come with Wizards of the Coast? Why doesn't Wizards of the Coast have something like this? Because
They do, but it's a book that was like this thick.
Yeah, but this
for third edition one.
Yeah. They don't make that for 5. You get spell cards now. Like,
Yeah.
but I want
more
this
space.
in every format of any role-playing game ever.
And then we get a lot of little tokens for your maps, characters, monsters, weapons, pits. 4 sheets, a dragon.
That is a very
big
nice
multi-hex
dragon.
A drake, it looks like there. Some walls, some more people and monsters. So you get all the tokens you need for doing some drawing. Some snakes, some bears, which if you're doing which one was it that we did? We did Death Test and we did Chaos Caverns. I needed the snakes for Chaos Caverns. I think we needed the bears for Death Test. And then you get fold-out versions of the Melee map.
That is very cool.
Try to get a Melee map. Is there we go. With your hexes and your mega hexes. And your starting hexes. So a lot of Melee scenarios are done on this map, and these on the end here and here are your starting hexes for a lot of encounters.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then the wizard map.
I really like these tokens because it looks like on this one the dragon looks like it's actually like staring at the characters on it.
Yeah, they're all top
So he's
down.
like-
They're all
Where am I?
protected.
There I am. But it's like the dragon's head's over here, and it's like actually top down, so it looks like it's in the dungeon instead of just on a table somewhere.
And then this is our wizard map, so it's a slightly different arrangement and setup, a little bit wider, allows for a little bit more space in the battlefield for scenarios where you've got a lot more ranged things going on with your spellcasters. So this is a threefold, this is a twofold map.
Yes.
But both of those come with this, the counters, a extra Ziploc bag to store the counters in. Both rulebooks and your spell reference sheets, so everything you need for the classic Melee and Wizard games, all in one handy little package.
And it packs away so quickly too.
Yeah, well, once you have the counters, you have to do a little bit more packing.
They go in the bag.
But they go in the bag.
Yeah, it's
Takes a
little,
little bit more time. But all that, full tactical,
or at least the little ones will go back.
Yeah. the big ones can just hang out
Yeah.
there. But full, get a little bit more space once you pinch everything out.
Mm-hmm.
But full tactical combat, role-playing game system, and a little box.
It's so cool.
And I forgot to pull up pages ahead of time that had the pricing on these. I believe that is $24.95.
That sounds right.
That sounds right. I had a bunch of them open.
Yep, $24.95 for Melee and Wizard. So that is both games, usually 15 each in their cardboard boxes. So this gets you a nice solid storage container and all the stuff and all the tokens.
It's really hard to open.
They are not going to accidentally pop open on you.
No, you're. Oh yeah, there we go.
They have a good. That was one of the things that the really classic ones would kind of pop open a little bit after a few years. Those are going to hold for a while.
I think my dad had a couple of them, like the terrible green monster
Awful
thing.
Green Things from Outer Space.
Yeah, awful green things from outer space. That was a really cool looking box.
Oh, well, because we did that one in green. Because
Yeah.
you have to do that one in green.
You have to do that one in green.
Yeah, so that's a nice little like tactical role-playing
Mhm.
game right there, and there's all sorts of published scenarios. You can design your own. You can just take a few minutes, stat up some characters, and have duels with each other or whatever. If you want to just do like an arena fight night
Yeah.
while doing it's kind of beer and pretzels role-playing.
Great
just
for
do
those long layovers.
yeah, just do a quick little like, all right, we need 3 stats, 2 skills. Pick your weapon, pick your armor.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Take the dice. Try to fight each other on the map.
Mhm.
Set it up in your Airbnb, whatever.
Oh yeah, that's a good spot for it too.
Yeah, just like
Because
have it
even
on
if you only have like a little coffee table too, this is still perfect size
it
for
fits
it.
absolutely on the little coffee table.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like you said, good layover in a layover and stuff.
Yeah, like just a small thing in an airport, like somebody gets canceled for some reason, or like if you get stuck.
You
out
get
in a
scheduled for a
field.
4-hour layover in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Did that happen to you, Jim?
Was that a recent thing too? Is that what?
Can't imagine where I pulled that example from. Hi, we're back from Gamma. We were out last week. That said, Gamma was a really good show. We got to see show off things to a lot of stores. We were showing off at the booth and at the game nights. Pathfinder Revolution, which a lot of people got to see.
Oh,
It was
nice.
great because we were actually like right across the aisle from the Pathfinder folks,
Uh-huh.
so people could like be looking at Pathfinder and look over and be like, "What's that?
Wait.
Is that more Pathfinder? Is this more Pathfinder?" Like,
This is more Pathfinder.
yeah. So we got to show a lot of people Pathfinder Revolution and
Mhm.
introduce it to a lot of store owners and stuff. So that people were really excited about it when they got to like see it all open and
Yeah.
everything. And we got to show off the new Car Wars 2-player set, which is coming out this summer. Pathfinder Revolution came out in November, so it's available at your stores now.
Yes.
But we got to show off the new orange purple Car Wars 2-player set, which is kind of a stripped down to basics
Mhm.
2-player setup with everything you need for 2 players. Just doesn't have a lot of the extra miniatures and extra token sheets and things like that you didn't have to have in there for run 2 players.
Mhm.
So that's designed to get it a little bit easier to just pick up off the shelf for people who don't already know about Car Wars.
Or if we don't have it yet.
We don't have it yet.
We don't have the expansions yet, I should say.
But we showed off those things. We showed off We Love Cats. We showed off Express, Steve's new train game. Steve's reprint of a very old train game that's been hard to find right now. So we can show that off to people. And Gru. We showed off a lot of Gru because a lot of these are comic book store owners or primarily comic stores, the gaming sections, and so they all remember Gru. And so they were like, there's a Gru
I
game?
hadn't known about it until the game came out, and it was a very interesting thing to learn about. It felt very much like Dave the Barbarian from when I was a kid.
Right.
And so I was like, this is really kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to an opportunity to be able to play it because I missed that playtest whenever you guys did it.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Sometimes 4 hour layover in Atlanta is barely enough. Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there was a flight delay involved there, or a lot of very far apart gates.
4 hours.
It's a pretty big airport.
Yeah, 4 hours. I've done 4 hours before. The 16-hour layover in oh god, where was it? Denver.
That's a lot.
That was
Was that scheduled
well,
or
no, that was entirely by accident. It was Christmas. When was this? Got Christmas in like the early 2000s or something like that. We missed our flight by like 4 minutes.
Ooh.
And they put me and my mom and my dad and my sister on standby, and they kept forgetting about us to the point where the desk people who were there felt so bad for us that they forced us onto the next flight in first class.
Oh wow.
Because they're like, hey, look, I've seen you eat 3 whole meals and I don't know how many snacks, run to different gates to try and make this flight because we were going to go visit family in Minnesota. And it was like, no, you've been here. No, hold on. And like,
We'll get you sorted out.
I'm getting this sorted right now. And so like we were her last tickets that she had produced that day. And she's like, I am walking you to the gate. I am getting you on this plane. And there are 4 tickets in first class that are left on this plane. You're taking them. Go.
Nice.
It was a very fun thing to see all the business class people walk by like a 6 and a 7-year-old in first class just chilling.
Next up, we've got the classic Illuminati. Whatever that was.
That's the Illuminati.
Shh, we're not supposed to talk about it.
Exactly. Classic Illuminati with some of the original art for it. And this is not the updated second edition. This is the original edition.
Yeah. So these are not in compatible with alternative truths or
2020 and alternate truths were the 2 second edition sets in addition to the core set. And am I opening on the right side here?
I think so. Yeah. Mutually Assured Destruction, Y2K, and Brainwash. That's the other one.
Those are all classic expansions. Yeah, so this is some of the back to more of the original format. Again, we have 2 dice. We've got a kind of clear. Is that glow in the dark? Might be. A clear translucent die and a purple shiny die with the Illuminati symbols on them. I'm looking at it. So
that looks like that looks like the glow in the dark.
Looks like it's glow in the dark.
Looks like it.
We have our Illuminati cards in the classic original
That is a
format.
very pretty purple.
It is nice and sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
We have the rule sheet for the game.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
oh, yeah.
some original style cut them out yourself mega bucks.
I'm not
And
gonna lie, that would be a nightmare to cut out for me.
what does it say? Oh, Adventure System. So this is a classic postcard recreation of
Play-by-mail conspiracy.
Illuminati play-by-mail conspiracy. So play-by-mail game done by Adventure Systems in Houston, Texas.
I wonder if it's still up.
No, this is a 2019 reproduction, is what it says on it. So this is just,
okay.
one thing. So what this was is this was a recreation of the original Illuminati, or one of the older versions of Illuminati that we put out.
Okay.
This one is the 1982 version.
A lot of scanning of the whole game.
Yep. This extra sheet went on the back to show that it was the new version. Classic Returns. What's on underneath the when you take the wrapper off and take that extra sheet off, you see the original back that was on it.
Oh, that's so cool.
So when we did the pocket boxes, the first pocket box project, a lot of these were recreations of the originals. So we went into the archives, we found
That's
old
it.
copies of stuff, and because a lot of these were done before they were digital.
Yeah.
So we scanned them in. Had some. We sent them off to a company that did restorations of archivals and stuff. So they scanned the stuff in, they cleaned it up for us. So these are all the original publications, redesigned with new components or reproduction components. And then we added in a little Illuminati notebook. I'll stick over here.
Oh, that's really cool.
Just so we had some of these that we produced for a few extra things. They're just little small line pocket notebooks. You could keep game score in them. You could do any number of things. You could just have them because they're cool. We threw them in the box. They didn't originally come with it, but we thought it was fun. But yeah, so these are all the original reproduction of this one, of the Illuminati game. Everything you need to play.
Mail conspiracy still exists? I'm curious. Hold on.
I don't think so. Probably play by mail was everything at this point. Yeah, there was not a we had not an internet for the public in
You had
1982.
to actually send things through snail mail.
That's right.
Mail conspiracy. If I do Houston? This is wildly. Mail conspiracy, Houston, Texas. Let's see.
And let's see, for this one, we are looking at, this is the original Illuminati.
I don't think so. Seeing a lot of terrible things about Houston, but that's not,
That's not,
that's not what we're looking
we're
for.
not looking for conspiracies about Houston, we're looking about conspiracies based in Houston.
Mail conspiracy company? Maybe if we throw company in
Well, no, it was called Adventure Systems.
there? Ah.
Put the year in
Yeah, like,
Adventure
we're looking like 82 or something.
Systems. PT Ltd. Maybe? That's in Singapore, so probably
Nope.
not.
But yeah, so this is again classic recreation of the original. All the rules you need, all the cards you need, tokens, a little bit of scissors or X-Acto or paper cutter work will cut you out some
Yeah.
extra tokens.
If you have a crick cut, you can also have it do that.
Crack that would do it. A couple of dice, this to hold your extra tokens in, and these are just on papers like the original. And all that is $19.95 for the Illuminati Pocket Box. So again, if you want the original classic version plus a notebook, you can get all of that in here in the Illuminati box.
You can scale USPS if you want, but I don't think that this exists, and you're probably not going to get a response.
Probably wouldn't get any response from that.
No.
It's great. And the cards, they're not real big, so when you lay out your power structure, again, you can probably still coffee table it because we set them out just like normal Illuminati. You'll set them out off each other in little power structures and build off the cards, but your power structure is still only going to be, yay big in any given direction.
Yeah.
So couple
Definitely
players,
still coffee table size.
you can still do it on a coffee table.
Or at a cafe in an airport with a 4-hour layover in Atlanta.
There you
I'm
go.
just
There you
saying.
go.
Because those tables are notoriously small, so that you can't sit there for forever.
Right. They don't want you setting up there. What
Maybe
else do we have here?
Caligula next?
Caligula next. So these two are
These are the newer editions.
newer games. These are not classic games that we've had around for forever.
Yeah.
Proteus is a reprint of one we did in the, I want to say early 2000s
Let's look.
originally.
I think it would have been.
I'd say inside.
Yeah. It doesn't say on the outside. So some of these do say when they were originally Proteus is not one of them.
Yeah. So we do have a question in chat. Jonas Calhoun, hi, welcome to the stream.
Hi.
What's the difference between that Illuminati Pocket Box and the one that was in the Pocket Box Kickstarter a few years back? That is the same one.
Yes.
Should be.
That is the one from the Pocket Box Kickstarters. We're just going over. These are all things. None of these are very new. Well, Caligula and Proteus in this printing are new as of this year, or as of last year. These other two were from the original Pocket Box project, but these are all good little games that you can travel with right now. It's kind of why we're highlighting them again.
You also might recognize this from the TFT I Want It All box, because that also comes with the Legacy Edition stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the same. That's if you've already got if you already backed that Kickstarter, you've got that version.
Yep.
We're just showing off people who didn't back it and might want to be looking for things that they can take with them on vacation.
Mm-hmm. We did the
next up-
holiday version. This is the everyday version.
Yeah. Now this one is a new game by Steve. And it's called Caligula.
There you go.
Gotta get the directions right. And this is designed as a drinking game. You can play it without drinking if you are opposed to drinking or just don't care to. There are coins that you can also lose, so that's part of the scoring mechanic. Or you can drink water, anything else.
I like doing apple cider. Martinelli's is always a good option.
There you go. So this is a game about following rules. So you have, in Caligula, you have a rule board with the 8 divine laws. There we go. You have the 8 divine laws that are preset, and then a bunch of blank ones that go up to 20. And that's because you've got a nice big Roman numeral D20 here.
In fluorescent yellow so that you can't lose it after a couple of glasses of Martinelli.
Just watch me.
Big,
Look,
big
I can't
chunky
stop
yellow
you from
D20.
losing it if you start throwing it at people, but
And then we have a bunch of chipboard coin tokens and an arbiter and a fool token. Jester, fool.
let's go fool because I feel like that's more appropriate for Caesar.
Arbiter and fool tokens.
Yeah.
And so in this game, basically, you are dividing the money equally among the players. Leftover goes to a pot in the center. You decide what a drink is for you. If you're doing actual drinks, if you're doing water, if you're doing shots, probably not recommended.
No, please don't do that with this game. That sounds like a greatly terrible time.
You decide how you're going to play the game and what constitutes that as far as the rules go. And then on your turn, you're going to roll the die. And if you roll one of the existing rules, you follow the law here, and take a drink and roll again, make someone else drink. Change, add, or erase one word in an existing command. And then if the arbiter symbol comes up, the arbiter token moves around the table to the next person. And if the fool token symbol shows up, you move the fool token around. The 2 rolls, the arbiter is the keeper of the scroll, writes down the new rules, advises on wording, and adjudicates them. So if there's a question, the arbiter settles the question. And if you disagree with the arbiter, you can pay a coin and put it to a vote, and you can vote to overrule or not the arbiter among the table. The fool does not have to follow any of Caesar's commands. They get to ignore any of these rules and can deliberately break them in order to Caesar's commands, not the divine law,
The
written rules.
laws.
They can ignore any of the written rules and purposefully break them in order to trick other people into breaking them.
Yeah.
But they have to follow the divine laws. If they make somebody laugh, the person has to take a drink. If the fool makes someone laugh while drinking, the person must clean up the table and then drink again. So if you have a jokester in your group, they're going to have a good time with that one. But you write your own rules for the rest of them. And basically, if you roll a number that is not one of the divine laws, you'll write a new rule.
Or write in a rule if you're starting the game. You can just, if you roll that number, write the rule.
Yeah, anytime you roll a blank one, you add a rule.
I like that they included one of the, because you've got it over there, one of the the markers.
Little short dry. It's a dry erase, so it's a little short dry erase marker with a
little eraser
eraser
sponge
tip
on
on
the
it.
top.
So you don't have to use your finger or anything.
Nope.
There's a couple other minor rules and stuff, but the game goes: you win if you have twice as much money as the rest of the players put together, or if everybody agrees, you win. So if everyone agrees the game's over, the game's over.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when there are fines and other things that make you spend money to the pot or lose money or pay money to other people, and rules can do the same thing. And so you play until that. So it's basically, this is a party game. It is designed as a drinking game. Please do so responsibly.
Please don't play this at the airport.
Yeah, probably not a good one to play at the airport. They won't let you on the plane if you are too inebriated.
For multiple reasons. The most abhorrent one is that drinks are expensive at the airport.
That's
Please
also
don't do
true.
it. You're going to spend all of your money before you get to wherever you're going. Wait till you get to the Airbnb.
So keep this one till you get where you're going. But yeah, it's a fun little party game. You can play it as strictly or as loosely as you like. The rules are here to follow, but they're pretty loose
Yeah.
as far as how they go. And it's a good time for having a good time on spring break.
Oh yeah, for sure. Except in Miami.
And I like I really like this big chunky roll number
Oh, yeah.
20. It's also very fun to watch people go. I rolled a 16, 14, 16, 14. Got it. 14, 16.
Hold on, let me count.
I before E except after V.
Yeah.
Do the coaster and shot glass accessories have any impact on gameplay, or are they just for flair?
I think it's a little bit of flair, and also some of them have the arbiter and the full, or arbiter and full rules on it as well.
I think they're just alternate tracking tokens for the arbiter
Yeah.
and the fool. They're not any specific rules.
It's a bigger arbiter, it's a bigger fool. It's got, one of them's got the divine law on it, and I think one of them's just like an oversized example of the coins.
Yeah,
if I remember
it's,
right.
It's mostly flair reference, bigger tracking sort of thing.
Mhm.
So there's no extra rules for having those.
It does make it handy though when after that third or fourth rule that we don't remember who the fool or the arbiter is. It's twice the size, and I think they still fit in the PocketBox as well.
That should fit most of our coaster sizes. Yeah.
I'm folding the Sharpie like it's, or the Expo like it's a baton. While you do that, I'm gonna open our last game, Proteus. Proteus was a really cool one to see come through because. As everybody who's on this stream is very well aware, I've only been here for almost a year now, I think. And I had remembered my dad talking about this, but I hadn't actually seen it. And what this is basically battle chess.
Kind of, yeah. It's an interesting little chess variant game. We put it out before in a plastic blister before that had just the dice in it. And I think it had a fold-up paper board, so I like this board a lot better.
Oh.
This
Yeah,
one
I
is
like this a lot too, because it's like this really cute little...
Proteus. Okay, there we go. Back
There it
has quick synopsis of the game and stuff on it. But it's got a little 8x8 chessboard that we jigsaw together.
I like cute little puzzle pieces.
Yeah, a little puzzle jigsaw to fit it in the box, but still have a kind of solid chessboard. And then
There it is. That was what I was trying to get to. And because it's only 4 pieces, even though they're not like, you can see kind of like in the corner between these pieces where the sequential other half of that tile is. So it makes it really quick to set up too. I like it.
And it comes with that. It comes with the chess pieces, which are dice, which have, let's get our
Let's see.
lined up. We got that. We've got
Right. Royal. What's it? Oh, you've got the bishop already. Queen.
we got to find the pawn on here. It's pawn. And the pyramid, which is a piece we added. Go figure.
I can't imagine why.
But yeah, so basically pieces play like they are chess. All the normal chess moves are valid. It's set up like chess, except you don't have as many pieces.
Mhm.
And you start with 8 dice, and so they go in one row across the board.
There we go.
And you say who plays white, who plays black. White moves first, turns alternate. You can do one of 2 things on your turn. You can either move a die and then rotate a different die. Well, you must do 2 things. You have to move a die and rotate a different die. If you can't move any of your dice, you lose the game, regardless of points. Otherwise, the game ends when one player has only 1 die left. You're trying to get some people down to just a single die, or have no available moves.
Gotcha.
Because there's no king in the game. It only goes up to queen.
Oh, you're right, because that's a rook. That's not a.
Yep.
Got it.
There's no checkmate in this game. Hey, Jedi Kaya, welcome in again. How are you doing today? Hi, V Lookup, welcome in. Good to see you all.
Hi, guys.
So yeah, there's no king in this game, so you can't checkmate.
Mhm.
You're trying to capture and get them down to only a 1 single die, or you're trying to get it where they have no available moves.
Gotcha.
What about What about the pyramids?
But the pyramid, so everything moves normally except for the pyramid. The pyramid cannot move or be taken. It is, once the die is a pyramid, it is stuck like that until you rotate it again. It is a fixed point. It's not going anywhere. It is just an obstacle at that point.
Gotcha. That's kind of cool.
You can't take it, but you can't move it.
It's like a emergency safety spot.
Right. And so on your turn, when you rotate a die, you can go up or down by one face. And the order goes pyramid, pawn, bishop, knight, rook, and king.
Gotcha.
Queen.
Queen.
Queen. There is no king.
There's no
There
king.
are no kings.
So you can, each time you rotate a die, you can go up or down by one face in that order. Also, those are worth points when you capture them. So if you capture a queen, it's worth 6 points. If you capture a pawn, it's worth 2 points. And that's the spectrum of points there.
Gotcha.
So when a piece is captured, en passant is not something you can do in this game. That move is not available.
Where does that one?
That's where there's a specific scenario where pawns can capture by moving past each other in a certain set.
Okay.
So that is not available. It's a normal chess move. Is there any other special moves? Backstabbing. So the queen can be backstabbed. So if you move a piece directly behind the queen, you can capture her. So you can capture her by normally taking her space or by moving directly behind the queen.
Gotcha.
So that is now if she moves there, then someone's behind her. That doesn't take it. It's if you move, an opponent piece moves directly to the spot directly behind you, then you are backstabbed and taken that way. One player can't win, then the other can't move. The other player wins. Otherwise, one player has only one die left. The game ends. The game ends, and both players add up their points. So if you capture down to a single die, that comes down to who captured the most valuable pieces in total.
Gotcha. So even if you captured the second to last piece or last piece, you could still lose.
You could still lose. Yeah, you could get your opponent down to a single die. That just ends the game.
Yeah.
If you captured, 7 pawns, you've gotten 14 points.
Gotcha.
If they captured, if you kept promoting up to rooks and they captured 3 queens, for example, they've got 18 points and they beat you.
Gotcha.
So it's chess a little bit different because a couple things aren't available. A couple of, since you're not playing for checkmate, the strategy is not the same.
Yeah.
Some of it will be, some of it won't be. And then we've got a whole bunch of, there's like 3 or 4, 5 variants on the back here, more than that.
There's a lot of different ways to play this.
Yeah. So basically several variants of games. So you can basically play chess-like games with this. I really like having this game in my travel setup because it's good for like, you mostly know the game, but there's a couple twists to it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be slightly different. So if it can help if you have someone who's very experienced at chess, but they're not going to be able to do like any of the memorized openings or all the other stuff again, because like those don't work necessarily.
Right.
So it balances it out some. Kind of like Nightmare Chess, which is what some of this art was taken from.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really like. Nightmare Chess had fantastic art.
Yeah, it did.
But I really like this as a travel game because it's pretty familiar. It's 2 players. This one is absolutely coffee table size. This one this one you can play on an actual like airport tray.
Like the
seatback tray.
Yeah, seatback tray.
Like it'll fit on unless you have like one of the little side tuck ones because you're in a emergency row or something. But
or in first class, even on the first class tray, I think it'll fit.
Yeah, so because the whole box is.
You could fit the box and the game on it.
Yeah,
What
it's
do
a
you think?
nice small.
Yeah, you could fit.
If you have too much turbulence, you may change the game up some. But
So the trick with that is when you get this, you go get a little bit of museum tacky.
But remember, you're having to rotate what side it's on all the time.
Yes.
Like every turn you rotate one.
The like teacher's putty, where
Blue tack.
Yeah, blue tack.
You could do that.
Because blue tack, it sticks to it, and you can pick it up and move it a bunch of times.
Ideally, you don't have that much of a turbulence on your flight. You could probably just like do that and hold stuff in place for a minute, and then go again.
Or having a dice tray might actually help as well too.
You might get a big enough put that in dice tray. Yeah.
A big enough collapsible dice tray. You can put it in there so that if it rolls, it just
The little mouse. Realize it's probably not feasible. Wish those of us with a blister pack could buy those boards. I don't think we sell those separately,
I don't
but
think we do either.
they are nice little boards. I think the blister pack came with a paper board,
Yeah.
but those are really nice. I did that based on all the odd dice last time, and now I have all these really cool odd dice. Even the odd dice, specifically named odd dice, because
Yes,
7s,
yeah.
13s. Yeah, no, those. I really like those. That was
Yeah.
a fun stream to do before we left. Was how to use all those things in your.
I was sad to
role-playing
miss
games.
it.
But that
But
was.
you guys are so sweet. Also, thank you for everybody who said they hoped that I felt better. I really appreciated that. It did make me feel better for my NyQuil-induced nap afterwards. But I appreciated all of you guys who were kind to me in the chat.
And speaking of using cool dice in different ways, you could absolutely figure out ways to use these in your role playing game too.
Harry Potter simulator, maybe.
I'm
Alice
thinking.
in Wonderland.
Oh,
Alice in
Alice in
Wonderland.
Wonderland would be a good one too.
Well, I'm thinking even like, all right, you've got a group of guards. Cool. There's right.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Couple grunts. There's a lieutenant. Oh, you've got a general. The head of the guard is with you. Is there now?
Yeah.
Like, who did you take off this time?
Or like if you're trying to like.
Just general mixes of any mix of like rarity in a group, like
Uh-huh.
your thieves guild people or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Like what random group shows up and how many of them did you tick off and what mix are they?
Right.
Any of them Illuminati lizard people?
Exactly.
Who's the spy?
Who's the spy? Who's the spy? Yeah, are there any spies in this group? Any number of things you could do again because you've got like different faces and they symbolize ranks. So anything where you got a mix of ranks, you could do a thing with.
I think mine would be like because I'm terribly obsessed with the role playing aspect of it, of walking past a chessboard and being like, oh, what spot are they at, and pull off like a Mulan move of like she plays the go or whatever, and she's like, oh, hold on, let me see where those pieces are set at. Oh, these pieces are still on the board for this color, and this one's on this one for this one.
Like that. That's what you got. All right. I'm gonna make this move and walk away. Cool, done.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, one of those things where when players go, I want to know this. You're like, can we? Okay, fine. Here we go. This is what it's set up as. I've got a thing for that. Hang on.
Hold on.
Hold on. What's up? Now you do that too often. Players are going to constantly be derailing because they're like, he's always got a thing for this. For everything we try, we got to try to find something he doesn't have a thing for. Like, don't know. We got you covered.
See, no, that's when if you actually enjoy your DM, you get him the cheese dice, the little cheese dice that look like regular dice, and then you'd be like, oh, you failed my roll. You're totally awful. I'm gonna eat this dice. Or the candy.
Or the candy ones, the chocolate ones. I haven't said chocolate dice once.
I think they have hard candy now too.
Yeah.
I think there's a hard candy version.
I've seen those kind of done as like just kind of like rock candy style
Yeah.
candy, which are great because they look like dice. You just crunch and people look at you in horror. Ordered a couple sets via the last Zine Kickstarter. Looking forward to getting them. Hopefully you get them soon.
For which one?
A couple of the odd sets for the last Hexagram Kickstarter. We just
Oh
finished up.
yes.
I know Daryl's been working on doing some of the fulfillment for that. You guys have been shipping out of the warehouse.
Yeah, I know we did some of it for. I think we did Hexagram or are working on Hexagram because I know it was part of Bestiary.
Yeah, they were doing that, and I think Daryl said the digital rewards. He's doing something else. He's gonna get to digital rewards soon. I can speak today.
Look, there was a 4-hour delay in Atlanta.
That was on Friday. That was on a time last week at some point.
It's okay.
Maybe you will work better next week.
Maybe.
Words hard. Leave me be. I don't know. I don't have an excuse. I just never can talk. That's why my running tagline is, I can read, I swear.
But again, all that fits inside this box, and they close well. Those aren't coming out of there.
No.
Now maybe your bag does this as it slides down the thing. They may have to look at it. But yeah, so those are 4 games that are available now again, and I believe that one is also $19.95.
I think so. The pocket boxes are really affordable for an entire game that fits in your carry-on. Like this would fit in my purse.
Sorry, $24.95 for Proteus.
Yeah.
And let me make sure I get the right ones for all of these.
I got the link in the chat.
There we go.
Straight to the PocketBox.
$24.95 for Caligula.
Also for Caligula, since we talked about the coasters, I think there's still a shot glass available too.
The shot glass and coasters are still available on
Yeah.
Warehouse 23. They are 6 each for the coasters and for the shot glass.
And the shot glass is actually glass. I can confirm.
Yeah. So
I definitely did not drop one.
Caligula and Proteus are new. Newish. They came out last year
Yeah.
around spring.
Yes, because I think these two were part of the first ones of the first distribution that I did in the warehouse.
Yeah. So these are new. These are from the classic reprint project we did the first time, and from the
I wanted
big
all
TFT
TFT
project.
box, yeah.
But yeah, all those great little various things. You can have 2-player dice game, party drinking game, whole role-playing game system,
Mm-hmm.
small card game of conspiracies in the classic printing. All things you could take with you and kill in time. And even if you take all of them with you,
Yeah, that's still
that's still not much space. It's, a hand and a bit
yeah. It's still
in
not
any given
that.
direction.
Like at this point, you put the ones that you know are going to go into the suitcase that you're going to play inside your check bag or your carry-on or whatever,
Right.
and then the other one that you know, like Caligula or no, it's not Caligula, this one, or Proteus, go into your carry-on.
Yeah.
Like your personal item. That's the one. Personal item and carry-on.
The stuff you'll have at the layover
Yeah.
or the flight delay.
Put one of these in your personal items that aren't getting checked or can be forcibly checked, and then the rest can go in the other carry-on or the checked bag.
Yeah, I mean, so if I was going to, I'd say Caligula could go checked because we're not going to do drinking at the airport. We're not going to do drinking games at the airport, at least.
Well,
I would, for if it were me, I would
when
take.
that 4-hour layover hits, I mean, I might.
I'd take Melee and Wizard and Proteus for carry-on stuff, because even if you're just by yourself, you can design a couple different fighters and run them against each other.
Yeah.
And you can definitely solo tactic that.
Mm-hmm.
Set them against each other, or look up some monster stats and try to beat the monster and everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm planning a trip to Vegas, so Proteus might be coming with me, actually.
Pretty solid. If you get
Yeah.
good solid 2-player replayability, because it's chess. It's mostly chess, so you're gonna have all the
Semi-battle
stuff.
chess.
Right, with upgrades and downgrades and,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
slightly different stuff. But great small format, fits on everything.
And it's so cool because it's also one of those ones that, like, if you're a little bit of a people person like I am, it's a very good conversation starter for when, like, if you're traveling by yourself.
Yeah, because people are like, "Is that chess?" You're like, "Almost."
It's almost chess.
Almost chess.
Wait, but it's dice. Yes.
Do you-
Do you want to?
That's beside the point.
Caligula. That's what
beside
happened
the
with
point.
Caligula. Is the one that they're like,
Look, you can day drink without Caligula at the 4-hour layover.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. For me, it would probably still be Caligula and Proteus going in, like, my purse or my personal item, because, like, if something happens at the airport, I'm pulling out Caligula, because then that just entertains everybody, and then the TSA people are happy with me, and then I get upgraded to first class.
Depends how many people you're traveling with.
Yeah. Well, that's the one that you pull out whenever that 4-hour layover hits and everybody's getting upset, kind of a thing. And you have those free, like, snacks and waters that they hand you out because we're sorry that the plane messed up or something. Or, like,
Well, you fly nicer airlines than I do.
That was what happened with the 12-hour layover. Okay. They gave us water and peanuts.
Thinking our layover failure, we had a mechanical failure last year, so we got to the connecting flight, and then we're stuck in that airport for, I think, 8 hours.
Yeah, I think the longest layover I had personally was 3 hours.
Yeah. They just told us, we'll see you back here in 8 hours. Bye.
Yeah, I think the longest personal layover that I had was 3 hours, and that was one of the times I was coming to visit from Colorado. I got to the airport 2 minutes, and they wouldn't let me check my bag, so they said, "Oh, your first class ticket doesn't count. Bye. You go to DFW and wait there for a little bit." I'm like, but I don't want to go to DFW. Okay.
Also, if you're musically inclined, you can shake them as a castanet. What happens at the airport stays at the airport unless it gets posted on YouTube.
Yep.
Yep.
Or TikTok.
Or TikTok.
As long as it doesn't get banned. But, we're not talking about that. But yeah, Caligula
yeah.
is the game that you pull out when you've got that 6 to 8 hour layover and you're trying to entertain people so that the things that happen on the internet don't get posted to the internet because
Sure.
they're less angry.
They're less angry. You can do that. But yeah, so all great travel games. They're all going to travel well. I think these are all great picks for those things you can toss in. I'm a fan of having small micro games and stuff when traveling, and even going to game nights because you can take both games with you.
Definitely. This is glove box this glove box games that just sit in your glove box and you're like, I want to play a game. Let's pull this out at Applebee's or whatever.
The only thing I wouldn't put in the glove box would actually be Caligula because it's Texas, and I'm not sure how much that dry race market would survive in a car in August in Texas.
No, that's true. That's true.
If you live somewhere else, probably fine. If you live in Alaska, you might not survive. Winter in the car there.
Probably be fine. Just remember that it still gets hot in Colorado in the summer. The sun is closer, I swear. But yeah, no, these are great.
Yeah, good travel games, good micro games.
And these even aren't all the pocket games that we have.
No, there's a lot more.
So many more options. I've got 3 shelves of them.
We did a lot. The other newer one that came with this new wave of stuff was Tribes.
Yeah.
Which is a game for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It is a game about having a prehistoric tribe and trying to survive and have future generations and make your tribe survive. And there are versions of that game where you play multiple tables, and each table is a tribe. You pass players and stuff and resources between you as you work out negotiations. That one's designed to be like a convention game and everything.
Yeah.
So it needs a lot of people.
Well,
which is why I didn't include it here, because this is kind of for like stuff.
Exactly. Well, and I think Car Wars also has a pocket box, or I think it's Boat Wars.
There were almost all of the old Illuminati and
Yeah.
Car Wars and Ogre games were reprinted when we did the original PocketBox project.
Yeah.
A lot of them are still in stock. Some of them have run out of stock already.
Yeah. Or are only available in the I think there's 1 or 2 of them that we still have that we can't take out, but it's in that
There's bundles.
Yeah, the
In
bundle.
the bundles, yeah.
The classic game pocket box bundle, I think, is still on there.
Mhm.
That has a couple of the ones that we can't pull out to sell but still exist.
Still are exist in the bundle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of the classic games, a lot of the older classic games. So if you were a fan of the early stuff we did in the early 80s, there were Raid on Iran, there was a lot of the Car Wars stuff, One Page Bulge, Undead, Necromancer,
Yeah.
Kung Fu
Oh yeah,
2100.
yeah.
So yeah, all those classic games that we did in this style originally, most of them we could recover and reprinted and are still in stock. Some of them sold through already, but those are all in Warehouse 23 as well. So go check them
And
out.
Illuminati has pocket box expansions too.
It does, and I think some of the expansions are just bagged, but they'll fit in
I
here.
think there's only one
I
of
think
them.
Brainwash was a bagged expansion, and you can fit it inside one of the other ones.
I think it's Shockwave and expansion 3 are the backed ones, and then 1 and 2 or expansions 2 and 3. So words are hard.
Check them on the Warehouse.
Expansion 1, 2 are pocket boxes.
If you're going on a spring break, enjoy it. If you're saving up, if you're going to travel to go see the eclipse next month, take one of these with you while you wait. Get set up, get your spot early, then play Proteus until the sun goes away.
Hey, Caligula on the greens. I'm just saying.
Or play Illuminati because it's a conspiracy.
Oh yes.
Any other things? If I could time travel, I'd love to visit the comic gaming shops in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, they had a lot of. It was not nearly the selection we have now.
No.
Just because there are so many more games coming out every year.
Oh yeah.
Now than there were. So that's why a lot of companies like us use Kickstarter and other things to get the games noticed that are coming out because there's so many. But yeah, they had all their classics. You had more books because you had like the whole library of role playing books for each system and everything.
Warhammer.
You had Warhammer.
Because that was when
you had the historical miniatures stuff going on there too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I still have a weapons ship that Dad had. That was like one of the big battle build 'em ships.
Oh, and But yeah, so a lot of ways you could take these with you. So have fun. Right now we're full of people here in Austin because we have South by Southwest going on, spring break happening, and the Austin Rodeo happening.
Yes.
All this week.
Yes.
So it's
and then we're
So no NASCAR to go with
No
it?
NASCAR.
Oh no, that is happening too. There's a
Is
race.
there?
There's a race going on at.
Is there Formula One or
I don't think it's Formula One. What Dale was talking about, or my partner was talking about it over the weekend.
so something going on with
There-
Americas?
Yeah, there's something going on at the Circuit of Americas too.
We are busy.
So
We're busy,
It's
and then we're gonna
there's a
get
lot of
slow for
traffic.
about a week, and then we're gonna be busy again
Yeah,
because the eclipse.
when we were flying back in, I was checking on the airport, and they said, yeah, Austin Airport, they're suggesting 2.5 hours to 3 hours before your flight to show up,
Yeah.
just because of how many people, especially, like, there's a lot flying in another
to
week
remember
when it's
that.
all over with,
Yeah.
and everyone's flying out.
Yeah, no,
I'm glad my convention is drivable distance a couple weekends.
Yeah, so next year is next month is the anniversary of my dad,
Mhm.
and so my sister and I decided that we were gonna run away with my mom and my aunt to go to Vegas for a weekend,
Nice.
and we booked it the same weekend as my mom's birthday. Lo and behold, it's the weekend of the eclipse, so we're like, oh great.
Is Vegas in the band?
No,
Okay.
no. So we're
You're going out when everyone else is coming in.
yeah, so we're going out when everybody's coming in, and then we're coming back the day of the eclipse during the time of the eclipse. So there's a chance that we might actually see it from the sky,
That's cool.
which I'm totally down for. But if I miss it, I miss it, and I'm like, okay, I have
You
much more.
always get a window seat to look out and to see the dark
Yeah.
landscape.
Yeah, like we're replanning our tickets so that we're all on a window.
I got my glasses.
Local
We-
municipalities and residents recommending residents stock up on fuel, water, medicine, etc.
Yes,
Yeah, well, it's because they're calling like Austin, where we are,
yes,
has declared a state of emergency for it, just
Mhm.
because of the
the number of people that we're expecting.
the
to
number of
come.
people that are going to be here, all the traffic, because people are going to be driving to a lot of the same places, and it's mainly for having more emergency services at the ready, because there's so
Yeah.
many people, and it's going to be harder for them to get places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's mostly for increased response time for emergency services is the main reason that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Here in town.
For the people who live in Austin, please don't have a pandemic reaction and need to get a whole bunch of gas. It's gonna be fine. It's like a week.
The eclipse is a couple hours. You'll make it.
The eclipse is a couple of hours. They might stay for like a week. I promise you'll be okay. Just fill up your tank and get one gas can. You do not need the 50,000 gallons of gas.
And don't stare at the sun,
No.
even when it's behind a thing.
And even
Get
if
your
you have
glasses.
glasses, get
Not these
the-
glasses.
Not these ones. Other ones.
Not normal
Different
sunglasses.
glasses.
Get the appropriate eyewear if you're gonna do that.
They
stuff.
have them at QT. Don't like.
Good call, Paul. It's not hoarding if you buy before the panic starts.
Paul,
It's pre-hoarding.
Don't wait, hoard now.
Exactly. Don't wait, hoard now.
if you need to hoard now, you're not hoarding right, and so you don't deserve to hoard.
All right. It's 3:00. We're gonna go ahead and call it here, but go ahead and look all these up. Brandon's giving you guys links to go check these out.
Yes, please.
But these are all great options for games you can take with you,
Yeah.
whether you're preparing for a pandemic, going on an eclipse, going on vacation,
Preparing for an eclipse pandemic.
preparing for a layover in the airport,
Of
Hol-
various
hol-
lengths of time.
holding up at an airport Chili's during the eclipse during a pandemic. I don't know. Any number of combinations of things. I think we broke Revka.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by, everybody. We appreciate you hanging out, and we have a good spring break. And we'll see y'all next week on SJGames
Please
Live.
be safe and remember you are important. Please don't get hurt on spring break.
All right, take care, folks.
Bye,
See
guys.
you later.